All right, let's talk about some things we can do for ourselves that when this crisis clears out, which it will clear out, it'll be a few weeks, and your things will be relatively back to normal. It'll still be a topic of conversation. It'll still be something that we'll be doing things about and have concerns over, but you'll be back to normal life for the most part, probably within a few weeks to a few months. And it's going to get better in a few weeks and then even better in a few months. But regardless, let's utilize our time. So, do you want to spend your time panicking or do you want to try to make the best of the situation? So, let's think of things that we can do. And here's one thing that you definitely can do. Oh, but before I get into it, slide your finger over, hit subscribe. I'm Paul from Apex Mindset. This is a relationship dynamics channel. Generally, I'm telling you things that's going to help you have better relationships and better dating results with men, women in your life. Okay. But given that or it's also a mindset channel. All right. So we're wanting to be able to have peak mindset for success. And this is, kind of fits with what we're trying to do with this crisis. I want to help you guys through it. All right. Because a lot of people are struggling. And anyway, that said, so here's something you can do that will help you, which is go on a dopamine detox. All right. What's a dopamine detox? Okay. Here's why you're not achieving anything. Okay. Let's think before the crisis. Think of all the shit you wanted to do. Think of all the goals you had. Think of what you haven't been achieving it. Okay. You haven't been getting what you want. You don't have the body you want. I'm just assuming, right? But you don't have the body you want. Or maybe you have the body you want, but you don't have the money you want. You don't have the career you want. You don't have the goals there's a bunch of things. You're just not doing it. Right? You know what to do, and you know what your goals are, and you're not doing it. And this is a big reason why for most of you. So most of you are inundated with information and stimulus all day long that has overridden your dopamine systems. So you cannot enjoy the process of success to achieve some of your other goals that might require doing things and steps, that require discipline. So when you're on social media, for example, and you're clicking through and, scrolling and commenting, you're getting all these small dopamine hits throughout the day. Except, those dopamine hits, you're getting them for free. You're getting them for not actually accomplishing anything. You see what I'm saying? When you're so busy and you're getting all this influx of information because you're going to work, you're driving through traffic, you have all of this stuff you're doing, it's hammering your dopamine receptors, but you're not accomplishing stuff. And so literally you don't get, if you were to sit down for 90 minutes and work on, let's say, that business that you wanted to start, and it's some of that's going to require some mundane planning, maybe crunching some numbers, maybe doing some, you can't even focus. You can't, it's not even, it doesn't give you the reward it should give you. If I sit down for 90 minutes undistracted and I start going through some of the hard steps that I need to take in order to get my businesses off the ground, that's, I should feel good after that. When I accomplish things, I should get a dopamine hit, you see. But if I've been polluting and crowding up my dopamine system with overstimulus all day long, okay, and we do that. People can't even stand in line in a grocery store or bank anymore. They're already pressed to their phone. And I do it too, because, but I try to not do it in other circumstances. People can't just be present in the moment. They are constantly needing the stimulus from media and social media and all of these other distractions, right? And social media and your phone is actually the worst culprit, but there's other things as well. And now that we're in a crisis, the tendency is to want to jump on, spend more time on social media, spend more time scrolling through news stories, and inundating your brain with very non-productive dopamine-producing activities. Let's think about it. When you spend a bunch of time on social media, reading a bunch of news articles, speculating on what could happen in the crisis, what have you actually accomplished? What have you done to get closer to the things you need to do to be successful? Nothing, right? You haven't accomplished a thing. So let's go on a dopamine detox. Limit your social while you're in a lockdown and you're avoiding, you know, social distancing, okay, all that stuff. Get off social media, get off regular media, and control what you're doing. All right. Maybe you are just hitting up Audible, right? And you're just listening to ebooks instead. Maybe you're, listening to YouTube videos like this one, but you're digesting information that you control. And you're not just filling your dopamine, you're not just abusing those dopamine receptors, you know, and use this quiet time and use this time of this lack of distraction, you're forced essentially to quarantine yourself and not be distracted. So get off of Netflix for a while. Get off of media for a while and just read a book, you know. Do meditation unless you hate it. All right? Go for a jog. Listen to music. Do things that are not so overriding and overwhelming to your dopamine system. All right? Detox that dopamine system. So that way, when you sit down for that 90 minutes to work on your actual goals and get that business started, or learn that new skill that you wanted to learn, or even if it's just a hobby, take on a hobby. That's another one, right? Do something you haven't done yet. And, but when you sit down for 90 minutes and focus on that, your dopamine receptors are not so numbed from all of the overstimulus that you'll actually feel good afterwards. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great if you could actually accomplish your goals after this forced quarantine? So you have a situation, it's bad, but don't waste it. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Throw any comments or questions, put them in the comments. If you have additional topics you'd like to suggest, please do so. Hit like on the video and share this with your friends. Thanks for your support.